Hey guys, hope you're having a good day. I wanted to pop on because we're getting really close to the end of the year, and at the end of the year, it's like once Thanksgiving comes, all hell breaks loose, and there are some things that are very important that we need to do, and we're going to talk to our S Corporation shareholders today. So let's get into it. Hi, I'm Beth Hochberger, CPA at CGMA, and today we're going to talk about some of those year-end things that we need to do as S Corporation owners. Okay, number one, big important thing, payroll. You have to be on payroll as a shareholder of an S Corporation, period. Not having payroll means that you are opening yourself up to IRS audit. Okay? They can come in, they can say, oh, we noticed as corporation shareholder that you are not on payroll. And now we want to audit you. And now we're going to go find things, right? It might start as a fishing expedition, but you are required to run payroll for yourself. And I mean real payroll, like paying in payroll taxes, paying in state unemployment taxes, getting a W-2, filing quarterly payroll tax forms, legit bona fide payroll, right? You can argue, with me, with your accountant, with whomever, but it's an IRS rule and they can come after you for it. I have seen it happen. I've represented folks in audits where when we asked why were they selected for audit, the IRS response was the owner didn't run payroll, right? So there's no reason to open yourself up to that. There's great payroll systems out there, all kinds. We particularly are fond of Gusto. We use Gusto primarily. It's probably my favorite, I would say. Easiest to use and whatnot. Pretty good customer service. Go set it up. It's not a big deal. You don't have to worry about filing anything manually. You can kind of set it on autopilot. So that's number one. Make sure, S Corporation owners, that you have payroll for the year. Now, number two, if you've got health insurance that you're paying for and you're a greater than 2% shareholder, right? So a lot of our clients, there's only maybe 1 to 4, usually 1 or 2 owners of the S Corporations. If you're trying to deduct your health insurance as anything other than an itemized deduction on Schedule A, which you're probably not going to get it unless you make no money and you're really sick. Hopefully you're not in that situation. But if you want to consider it self-employed health insurance, you need to very specifically add it to your W-2 in a very particular way. And if you're working with a good payroll company, they already know about this. They know how to do it. Like if you're using Gusto, there's ways to add it that are pretty simple. So basically what happens is it has to go on box 1 and box 14 of your W-2. That lets you deduct it as a self-employed health insurance benefit. Fantastic. You get a lot of mileage out of that because health insurance is not cheap these days, right? So that's number 2. Get your health insurance on your W-2 because you're running a salary for yourself because you own an S Corporation. Now, the last one, this one is not required, but every time people ask me, hey, how can I save money on my taxes? I have my own business. What should I be doing that I'm not? It's almost always the same answer, which is you need to set up a retirement account, right? Solo 401k if you're the only owner, or more traditional 401k if you've got other employees. If you're the only owner, you could also do a SEP IRA or a simple IRA, right? Depends on how much cash you have to be able to put away. But this is such a fantastic and often unused deduction from what I see from people. The caveat is, yes, you need to have the cash to put in. You can't just open a retirement account and poof, I get a deduction, right? You have to have the money to fund the account, but it's an immediate deduction for your business and for you. So it immediately reduces your taxable income, which means you're paying less money in taxes. And then the other piece that's amazing is you're putting away money for yourself. So future you gets the benefit rather than paying that money to the government that the money's going somewhere, right? Better it go into your own pocket in the future than go to the government now. At least that's my feeling, right? And it's such an easy way to have a win-win, lower taxes now, money goes to me in the future. What can go wrong? You just need to have the cash to put it in. And for most types of accounts, you don't need to have the cash by December. You can often get it funded by April or March, April filing deadlines. Some of these things are very particular to the type of account that you open. So I'm not going to say specifics, but this is what we're here for. This is what we do, right? We help clients set up payroll. If you have an S corporation and you're not running payroll right now, and you probably feel like a little like, well, I don't even know where to start, get in touch with our office. We do this for clients all the time. And then one bonus tip here, if you are an S corporation owner, and even if you already have payroll up and running, you might not know how much to pay yourself, right? So the IRS wants you to pay reasonable compensation. Reasonable has no definition. There's no dollar amount, there's no percentage. They just say reasonable compensation, right? And we actually have a way of determining what reasonable should be. It's called a reasonable compensation study, and it's a service that we offer as well. So if you're like, well, I don't know how much I should be paying myself. If I only pay myself $50,000, is it enough? Do I need to pay myself like $300,000? Right? Hard to say without knowing specifically what you're doing, and it really depends on a ton of factors. So if you're a little bit lost as to how much to pay yourself, don't know where to start with payroll, don't know how to get that self-employed health insurance on your forms, get in touch with our office. You still have time. It's just getting close to the end of the year, and I know once Thanksgiving happens, the year's basically over. So I wanted to come out, give you guys that little nugget of knowledge and advice before the year ends and before Thanksgiving. So hopefully you found that helpful. If you do have any questions, drop a comment,